Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I've got another drone to show you today. I've got the Holy Stone HS720R. This has got a 3-axis gimbal, right? So that's important. They're saying a 3-kilometer range. Of course, it's brushless motor, GPS, shoots in 4K, etc. So you know, all the features that you're looking for, or that you know, somebody like me is looking for anyway. So let me get this guy out of the box and let's take a quick look at it. Well, in typical Holy Stone fashion, they give us a really nice case. They always do. So let's take a look at that real quick. The double pull zipper, and you got a suitcase style handle on the top. So let's open it up and see what's inside. So there we go, a piece of foam. Let's get that out of the way. There it is. There is the drone, the controller, and I'm sure that's an accessory box. I wondered if it was another battery, but it doesn't appear to be. Let's pull the drone out of here. Now there's nothing else under there. Just checking. Let me get all this stuff out, and then we can take a look at it all. Well, we'll get this out of the way first. You got the documentation, you got the usual cautions, and then instructions for use. What I'm going to tell you to do is go to holystone.com and download this in PDF form. You'll find it a lot easier to read on your computer than in the little manual there. Then next, in that accessory box, what do we have? And I'm not going to pull them out of the bag because you've seen it before. You got some extra props, and in the other bag you got a USB-A to USB-C cable with a screwdriver so you can replace those props. Hopefully you're not needing to replace those props anytime soon. So let's take a look at the drone itself. You know, it is a typical looking, you know, they all seem to have kind of the same form factor, the Mavic style form factor. Let's get it all unfolded, and that's pretty straightforward there. There's the little drone. And then on the bottom here, we've got a, right in the middle there's an optical flow sensor, and then these on the sides, that's the time of flight sensor, telling it the distance it is off the ground, and the optical flow sensor tells it if it's moving or not and what direction it's moving. And that is all in conjunction with the GPS and the internal barometer and the IMU to tell the drone where it's at in space. And then let's take a look at the camera here. It's giving us instructions on how to get the gimbal cover off. We're going to pull that out of the way, that sticker, and it says to press down, so we're going to do that. Maybe. There we go, and it worked. What do you know? And there's that 3-axis gimbal, and I see we do have a little piece of film over the lens, so we definitely want to take that off. You wouldn't want to leave that on there because your footage wouldn't look very good. So let me get rid of that. So there's that camera, and it is a 3-axis gimbal working in 3 axes there. So that should give us some good stable footage. I notice on this arm here, let me see if I can get it in close where you can see it. Maybe we can focus. Let's see, there we go. It tells us that it shoots in 4K 30 frames per second. The field of view is 140 degrees, so a 1/3 inch sensor, f2.4 aperture. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Again, this sticker just tells you to unfold the arms. Let's look and see if there's any more on the back. Oh yeah, unfold the arms. Well, I guess we know to do that. And I guess I should show you the battery compartment there. That's the battery compartment, and those are the connections for the battery right there. So we do have brushless motors on this drone, so it should be fairly powerful. And speaking of props, you can see the screws there. They're screw-on props. I kind of wish they do some of the DJI style on the bigger DJI drones where it's just a twist and turn prop, but I'm sure that's probably a little more expensive. Pretty straightforward drone in a form factor that we've seen before. Here's the battery. See if that'll focus in. 2950 milliamp hour LiPo battery. And there's a little foam piece here that you're going to want to remove. And that's just to keep it in shipping. It keeps it from making a connection so that it doesn't come on during shipping. But this battery should be asleep. You'll have to charge it first. Yeah, see, no lights. So They put them in sleep mode when they're shipping, and so we'll have to charge that up. While we're talking about charging, there's a USB-C port right there, and that's where you're going to charge this battery. And it does not come with a charge block, so I'm going to recommend that you use probably at least a 20-watt charger. 60 watt would probably be better. Well, I don't know. This isn't that big of a battery, so 20 watt would do. But anyway, that's where you're going to plug it in to charge it. You got a flip-up phone holder here, so that just flips up like that and stretches out, and that's what you're going to put your mobile device in. It just squeezes in there. And we do have some antenna here, and you know what? Lo and behold, I see wires in both of those antennas, so it means they're actually functional. You'd be surprised on how many drones that's not even functional. So let's pull all this stuff off, these foam pieces that are over the gimbals. And one of the things that's really cool is they really kind of give you all the instructions for the controller right on this little piece of paper. That's handy. You lay it on there and you can see what everything's for. So let's take a look at the controller. Take that off. So this is your speed modes right here in the middle. It's in low mode right now, and you got medium and high. Probably medium's what you want to be in most of the time. Power button right here in the middle, or on the, excuse me, on the right-hand side. And this button right here, this red one that has a picture of a padlock on it, that is to unlock the motors. And by unlock the motors, that means start them up and start them spinning. Once you unlock the motors with that button, you hit this button right here and it'll do an automated takeoff. You could do that, or if you just go up on this left stick, the drone will take off and go into a hover. And then this button on the right-hand side is the return to home button. These four lights on the top, this one on the far left is transmitter power. And let's see, this thing may or may not. Yeah, so we got two of them on right there, turning it on. Well, I just started it. And the second one is it has a picture of a drone below it. That'll tell you when you're connected to the drone. I believe it probably turns green when it's connected, but don't quote me on that yet. And this next light here is return to home. When that one is blinking, that means your drone is returning home. And the far one is letting you know when you're recording. That'll be on when you're recording. So let's look at how you do that. So on the front of the controller here, so when you have the controller faced like this, so this is going to be the left-hand side then. You're just going to punch that once and it'll take a picture. And then this other one right here, punch that and it will start recording. And then this wheel right here is how you adjust the gimbal up and down. In other words, pointing the gimbal down or pointing the gimbal up. So you have a couple of handles on the bottom, and underneath those handles right here is a USB-C port, and that's where you will charge the internal battery for the controller. So make sure that you have this guy charged all the way up before you go out and fly. Hey, so I just noticed something here. It's telling you what all the lights mean in the various functions. So you can take a look at that. It tells you when you have good GPS, etc. That return to home light, I guess, is green when you have a good GPS signal, etc. And that little drone light is blue when you have a good connection. So you can take a look at all those, and it'll tell you what all those lights mean and the colors. Hey, okay, so there's only one thing left to do here, right? Let me get this guy all charged up, and we'll take it out in the field tomorrow and take it for a flight. And we'll see if it can get that 3-kilometer range. It's a Wi-Fi drone, so we'll see. I hope so. Anyway, we'll get this guy out in the field and we'll try it out. Hey, one other thing that I forgot to tell you about when I was showing you the drone, right here is where you insert your micro SD card. So if you want that 4K footage, you're going to want to put an SD card in there. And I would put, I don't know if the bit rate is terribly high on this, but a high-speed card you'll be safe. Hey, okay, we're out in the field with the HS720R. It is a blustery, cold day. It's like 43 degrees or something out, which wouldn't be too bad. The sun is out. It's a blue sky day, but we got a pretty good breeze. I think it said 13 mile an hour sustained with 22 mile an hour gusts. And we're feeling some wind. I don't know if it's that much, but it makes it cold. My fingers are cold right now. But this drone has brushless motors, so it should be able to handle that kind of wind, no problem. GPS drone, and then of course with the optical flow and time of flight sensors on the bottom, we should be just fine. You know, I got out here and I'm looking at the drone. This is a pretty beefy gimbal on here, so I've got high hopes for this thing. Let's just quit messing around and let's put this drone up in the air. Now, they only gave me one battery, so we're going to be limited on our flight time. We'll get maybe 15 minutes, I think, if we're lucky. But one of the things I want to do is try out the range. So everybody that knows, here at Heroes Park, there's a Walmart out that way. I'm going to see if, and I can fly out over an empty farmer's field. I'm going to see if I can fly it out there and check out the range. They're saying 3-kilometer range. I am skeptical because it's a Wi-Fi drone. There's no OTG cable connecting the phone to the controller. So, but anyway, well, that's the kind of stuff that we're here to test and find out, right? But at any rate, if we have time, we'll try some of the flight modes out on it, but that just remains to be seen. Let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, so I've turned on the drone and controller, and it says it can take up to 25 seconds for it to connect, and we should hear a beep. Once we hear the beep, we'll connect it to Wi-Fi. Okay, I just heard that beep, so let's go ahead and see if we can make a Wi-Fi connection here. Holy Stone right there, right below Crazy Fam. Holy Stone. And let's make sure it connects. Unsecured network, and it did connect, so that's good. So we'll get out of there. Now we fire up the app, and the app on this guy is the Ophelia Fly app. So I'm touching on Ophelia Fly, and it wants me to sign in. Yeah, and it's not letting me hit that sign in button, so I don't know why. There is a skip below that, so we'll click skip and enter device. So, and we want it to allow it to connect to our local network. I just about dropped it. Just about dropped my phone. And look, it's saying it's ready to go. So we're not going to mess with that yet. Let's go ahead and look at our yeah, so we're going to leave it in the metric system. Beginner mode is off. Maximum distance is infinity. Height is perfect. Return to home altitude. I'm going to go up a little bit there. There are 30 meters, so that's plenty. Orbit, if we do an orbit, let's crank that up to about 15 meters. Yeah, everything there is good. Sensor status, let's do a calibration. So let's start the calibration now. And by calibration, I mean a compass calibration. So we got a good calibration there. And it says weak GPS signal, so we'll let it get GPS. One of the things that I meant to do is put my, I need to put my phone in airplane mode. That always helps these kind of drones, so I should have done that beforehand, but we're in there now. And it's telling me we're on normal mode speed. Let's click on the 3 lines there for the camera menu. Look, we got a lot of adjustments here. We're going to leave everything where it's at, all on auto. Automatic white balance. That's fine. So what I was looking for was our resolution. There it is. So 4K 30 frames per second. I'm not going to do any cache. Let's format that memory card. And I'm assuming that is correct. And then let's switch it to video mode. And you know, I'm going to see if I can start it on the controller. This has been very straightforward, worked perfectly. Hit that button. We've started recording. Nothing to do but take off now. So I'm going to show this to the camera here. You've got an unlock button here. That's how you start the motors. And then from there, I can either hit this button or the button on the app, but I want to try something. I'm going to see if I can hit the button on the app and see if it'll, yeah, no, you got to start the motors first. I thought that would be the case, but I just wanted to check that out. So we're going to click that unlock button, and you'll see the motor start, and then let's click on the app. And then it looks like I have to hit a slider. And there's the drone, perfect. And it's moving around a little bit, but not too bad. Let's pick it up a little. And I'm moving up on the left stick and turn it around here. And it's moving around a little bit, but not too bad. And then, yeah, let me see if I can adjust that, try the gimbal adjustment. Yeah, that's working, okay. Let's, we're looking into the sun right now, which is not ideal, but let's bring it in here to the camera and see if I can get you a look at the drone. So, you know, again, you can see it moving around. It's like sinking now. And again, it's a windy day, so that can affect the barometer, etc. But it's not too bad. I certainly feel like I'm within control. Okay, so let's do our droney, and the one thing I want to show you, look on the app, look on the top right-hand side, you see the TF is flashing. That means it's recording to the TF card, which is good, the micro SD card. Let's bring this guy around to the side. And boy, it's sinking. I'm having to click up on the up stick. As I was moving it sideways, it really wanted to sink. Man, it's moving around a lot. I'm gonna flip the Action 2 camera, so now it's looking into the sun. But you can see the drone, but I wanted the sun at the drone's back to do our droney. So let's do our droney. Reverse. Well, not quite yet. I'm going to see if I can point that camera a little bit further down. There we go. Let's try that. Reverse and up now. Reverse and up. It's doing just fine. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I didn't need to drop that camera quite so low, so let's pick it up a little. That looks pretty good. I mean, there's a little bit of fisheye effect I see there. We're about 150 meters away. I mean, I'm getting good FPV feed. Let me see if I can move it around. I'm yawing around now. And you know what? I'm not going to mess around because I want to make as much use out of this battery as we can. We're going to go right across the street here, and we're going to head over to that Walmart. And I think that's about 1 kilometer away. So, and I am full stick forward. There's nothing that tells us how fast we're going here. I'm going to grab some altitude. I want to get this guy up about 60 meters high. Doesn't feel terribly fast, but you know what? Good enough. Yeah, because I want to give it all the chance that I can, and I am pointing we're 75 meters high. I'm going to throw it into high range, sport mode, and we'll click it full forward. I am full stick forward, and it's not going terribly fast. But I'm heading out, yeah, and it's kind of pushing off to the side here. I want to head out to the corner out there, the corner of that field, and I know that is roughly 1 kilometer away. And we'll see if range-wise. So far, so good. I mean, it's perfectly clear. I'm suitably impressed here. You know, I do feel like, you know, I feel like the drone is drifting on me. I am in a full right-hand bank right now, trying to get it back over. So, yeah, you know, it may not be the most powerful drone ever, and you know, we're not going that fast. But again, that's probably not what a drone like this is for. This is my first flight with this guy. First time I've powered it up, first for everything. And I got no complaints so far. I can tell you, as on the FPV screen, it's nice and clear. I'm getting no breakup at all. It's perfect. You know, probably the worst criticism I can come up with right now is that we do have some fisheye effect. Now it's starting to break up a little bit. And yeah, well, we're still pushing it. It's the drone's definitely getting blown around. Okay, there's a kilometer right there. So we're going to call that good. Let's see if we can turn it around here. And we are. I got good control. So yeah, not bad. And let me tell you, that's as far as you're going to want to fly a drone like this. This is not a drone that you're going to fly 5 miles. Okay, so let's bring her back to us here. I will say this, I do feel like it's getting blown around in the wind because I'm continually having to adjust the vector. It could be in the controller, but I don't know. It just feels like it's getting blown around. I can't say that. It could be that the controller needs a calibration, but it's coming back to us a lot faster than it went out. So we were definitely going against the wind when we were going out there. So because it sure seems like it's coming back a lot faster. And again, we're in high range, and that's me adjusting the vector again. And let's drop some altitude as we come back here. So it's kind of hard to tell battery power. If you look at the very top there, right next to where it says we got 19 satellites, you'll see a picture of the drone. Looks like we got 2/3 of a battery, so that's better than what I thought, quite frankly. So we may get more done here than what I expected. Like I said, I am very impressed with the signal. We've had really just perfect signal strength. So usually, I don't expect on these Wi-Fi drones, often you have problems. And I know that this area that I'm at here is a difficult Wi-Fi environment. So let's bring it down, and I'm going to go back into the medium speed. Yeah, there. Yep, okay, there it showed that. And I'm going to bring it over the top of me here. And we're going to try see what it has for intelligent flight modes. There's, if you look there above the right above where the recording thing on the right hand side, it looks like a stopwatch. I wonder if that is a timer on our battery. That could be what that is. Okay, I've got it right over the top of me. I'm going to try and, yeah, so we got follow me and point of interest. So those are the two that we have. So let's hit point of interest and let's see what it does here. See if it backs up or if it just starts. And I'm picking up, no, it just started in orbit is what it did. So you're going to have to kind of estimate. And it's not a very fast orbit, I can tell you that. You can see it moving around. Now let me drop the camera down a little bit so maybe you can see where I'm at here. I kind of wanted to give you a wider view. So that's me dropping the camera down, and there I'm at. So that'll kind of give you an idea of how fast the drone is moving in an orbit. Not terribly fast, and I didn't see an adjustment on that. So that's enough of that. You've probably got the hang of that right there. So I just click stop, and let's go back in there and let's see if we can do a follow me. Picking the camera up just a little bit, so I'm going to click on that again and follow me, and I believe it will be GPS. Yeah, it is GPS, so it's going to follow the mobile device. So let's walk around here a little bit and let's just see. So I'm watching the drone move. It's not exact. It's certainly not keeping me in center of frame, right? Well, sort of. You see me in the bottom left-hand corner there, but it's following me. Now, let me walk towards it and see if I can push it backwards. And you know what? I can. So, and what it's comparing its GPS position to the GPS position of my phone. So that's how it's doing that. That's pretty good. And you know, battery power here, it still says we got 3/4 of a battery, so that's not bad. Okay, so we know that works. Let me get back over to the camera and see if the drone, yeah, it's following me back over. So it does have GPS follow me, but I'm telling you what you're gonna have to do there. Like, I'll drop the camera here. You're gonna have to probably adjust to keep yourself in center of frame in a situation like that. But it works. Can't say it doesn't work, because it sure does. Let's get out of that. And we did. Okay, so what is the other thing? I think the other thing I can show you here, I'm going to click on the maps, and I think we can do I'm trying. Yeah, there we go. I think we can do, yeah, a waypoint mission. So, gosh, this map, it's really, this map isn't telling me much. And see, oh, because, you know what? Probably because I am in, because I put the phone in airplane mode, it's not filling in the map. So anyway, we'll just try a mission anyway. And looks like I can do it a couple of ways. I can track or do points on the map. So I clicked on points. So let's try that. I'm gonna just put a few points out here. And we'll see how it does. And because I can't really tell how we're going, or where we're going, we'll see. But I'm gonna click submit. See on the bottom right there, I'm gonna click submit. Maybe if I can get to it. Boy, it's hard for me because that's, whoop, see, just, yeah, clear down in the bottom there. And I don't know if it's because my fingers are cold. Boy, it's hard to, you know, that submit is hard to get to. There we go. Finally got it. Sorry about that. So it should head for its first waypoint here. And it's not doing anything. So let's try that again. I don't know why it didn't take that command. Whoops. It's really hard to get to that submit. I got it one time. Yeah, setting. Drone will fly a preset path, so confirm and enter waypoint. So I am going to swipe across. There it goes. It took it that time. I don't know why it didn't take it that first time, but wow, it's not messing around either. Yeah, I mean, it went to its first waypoint. Yeah, this guy is, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure what it's doing. That doesn't look like the waypoints that I drew. Man. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see here. Yeah, I don't know. It is all over the map. So you guys, I'll have the screen recording up. I guess it's going. So it looks like it's going to 4, and then 5, and then let's see if it goes to 6. I have to tell you, it was moving. So the last waypoint, yeah, okay, there it's going. Yeah, okay, that was it. I don't know about you guys, I've had enough of waypoints. That kind of got me going there. So now, again, I have no idea how much battery we have. If you look at the battery, we have been flying for a while now, and which is a good thing. I'm glad we got a lot of battery. But let's see, maybe we can take some pictures here as well. So let me fly it out to the corner here. And I'm gonna grab some altitude, go out to the corner, and we'll take some pictures. Again, it's you know, the controls aren't super precise, but they work. I do feel like I'm having to adjust from time to time. So let's stop right there, and I am going to. I wonder if I have to stop recording to take a picture. I'm going to try something. I'm going to click the picture button on the controller. Yeah, and it says it took a photo. And it also says it's still recording, so we didn't have to stop recording to take a picture. Okay, I think. I don't know. I can't tell you that for certain. But let's go out on the other end, the other corner up here. And let's take a picture out that direction as well. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. This guy does have digital zoom, so we can try that out too. And in medium speed, I wish I could tell you how fast we're going. I'm looking at the drone; it's moving right along, but you know, it's not terribly high speed. You know, everything works on this drone. It is. I have to tell you, it all does work. So you know, you can't. What happens with a lot of these bargain drones is you find things that just that they just don't work. And this one, you can't say that. It all works, which is a good thing. Okay, let's take a picture off this direction. And it says TF photo, and I'm still recording at the same time. So that tells me that it's just a screenshot. Now, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, there's a slider there with a magnifying glass. Let's see if we can... See if yeah, there, okay, I got it to, yeah, okay. So let me pick the camera up. Now, that's not gonna look very good, right? Because it's just cropping in on that little sensor. I'm gonna take a picture here, and it took a photo, but let's go back out to full range. Looks a lot better there, doesn't it? So, gosh, you know, I didn't think I was going to get through all of the flight modes on this guy, but we really did. So let's just take it out on a flight here. And again, the problem, one of the problems that I have is that well, a knock that I'm going to say is that we really can't tell how much battery we have left. You know, before we do that, I'm gonna bring the drone down and bring it around here. And I'm gonna see if I can, I wanna click on that. Whoops, that didn't, a little bit too fast there. Bringing it towards me. And I'm gonna click on that little stopwatch icon and see what it does. It is, this guy can be, like I said, the controls are a little bit vague, so you got to just kind of take your time and be very deliberate with what you're doing. Okay, bringing her in here a little bit. Yeah, so now it's reducing our range because of battery power. Anyway, I'm going to click on that little, what looks like a stopwatch. Oh, okay, that's more intelligent flight modes. Look at that. So it looked, you know what? I need to read up on one of those, on those. I think that is for, well, I can't say. That's something for another flight. So we'll have to look at the, we'll have to look in the manual and see what that is. That one might be a droney. Let's click on the, yeah, time-lapse droney. So you know what? This is all time-lapse. So that's what all that is. That is all time-lapse, which totally makes sense. we'll try that another time. But let's take this guy out and we'll fly it out a ways and do a return to home. And that's just me manually flying it here. And let's see if we can, let's do a return to home, and we can try out that, it says 300-meter range. And we'll see if we can, get it to go into return to home. And we're gonna try out that 300-meter range and see if it'll actually stop at 300 meters. Yeah, it did. 300. Well, it's still going. Yeah, okay, low battery. So is it gonna, yeah, it's in return to home. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Is it returning? Yeah, it is. It's coming back. There's no speed meter on here, so you can't exactly see how fast it's going. Well, we'll have to try some of that time-lapse stuff out one of these. That looks interesting. We probably didn't really have enough battery to do that justice. So let's see, is this guy, let's just see how accurate this guy is coming home. Man, this, I'll tell you, this drone has done everything that they say it'll do, and it's been really quite easy to fly. And so I think even a beginner, I think, could pick this thing up and fly it. And that's me dropping the camera down to kind of see where we're at here. So yeah, you can't, I'm trying to drop the camera straight down, and it doesn't look like it goes, I can get it pointed straight down. And it's in a little, yeah, it's really moving in a circle here on its way down. So yeah, I have a feeling this landing may not be pretty, because it's definitely it's definitely going to, it's doing big circles. So we'll see what happens. This isn't good. Look at the circles the drone is doing here. Maybe. So let's see. I'm going to pick that camera back up a little bit, or try. It's about to hit the ground, and boom. There you go. And I think we got that on camera. I don't think it hurt the drone. But that's the first negative thing I can say. That was not an ideal landing. Okay, I'm still recording with the drone here. I am going to stop recording. Recording stopped. So let me get it all shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the Holy Stone HS720R. I was feeling pretty good about this drone until that landing at the end. It was definitely doing what they call toilet bowling, moving in a big circle. Now, what I probably should have done was attempted to cancel that return home, that landing, and tried to just manual land it. But I knew I was over the grass here, and it wasn't going to hurt anything, and it sure didn't. But boy, it was doing big circles, and it came down. So here's the problem. If you're a new flyer, and you know, I don't know, that's not a good thing. Other than that, I thought the drone performed well. I haven't looked at the video off the SD card yet. You guys have, so yeah, we'll take a look at that and see how well it did. Other than that, like range-wise, it was perfect. We had a good control signal. All of the intelligent flight modes worked, although, you know, you saw the orbit was pretty slow, and then the follow me function, because it's GPS follow me, it's hard to keep you in center of frame. And then the waypoint mission was pretty crazy. I was getting a little nervous there, quite frankly, because it was moving around, and anyway, but it worked, right? And it finally hit its last waypoint and stopped. And then you know, we flew it out and had that interesting return to home. And the return to home actually worked great. It wasn't until it started to land that it started to do that toilet bowl. And boy, it was a big, big toilet bowl. Now that's usually indicates like that a drone indicates a drone needs a compass calibration. Well, we calibrated it before we took off, so I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. The other thing is, these downward sensors should be stopping it from doing that too. So let's say that even if the compass calibration was off, that optical flow sensor should have said, oh, no, I'm supposed to be, you know, more stable. So I don't know what's up with that. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty good flight. This is a drone that's that is available on Amazon. So I'll put an Amazon link in the description down below, and that is an affiliate link. So anyway, that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out, and if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I so appreciate you taking the time to look at this video, and yeah, we will see you on the next one. The Holystone HS720R.